Good morning, students. Welcome back to Geography online class. Okay, so today the second class revision we are going to see Geography Unit 2 Lithosphere to Exogenetic Processes. We are going to revise this lesson. Okay, so first choose the best answer. The disintegration or decomposition of rocks is generally called as dash. Do you know the answer? That is weathering. Next, the process of the leveling up of land by means of natural agent. That is gradation. Okay. Third one, dash is seen in the lower course of the river. Already for the exam also they ask, isn't it? Delta. Dash is seen in the lower course of the river. That is delta. Next, Karst topography is formed due to the action of dash, groundwater. Next one, which one of the following is not a depositional features of a glacier? That is cirque. Sixth one, deposits of fine slit blown by wind is called as dash, loss. Okay. Next, seventh one, stacks are formed by dash. That is wave erosion. Okay. Eighth one, dash erosion is responsible for the formation of cirque. That is glacial. Okay. Ninth one, which one of the following is a second order landform? That is the Deccan Plateau. Next, match the following. Distributor is. Do you know the answer, students? Which one is called as the distributor is? That is the lower course of river. Okay. Next, mushroom rock. That is aeolian process. Okay. Next, third one, eskers. What's the answer? That is glacial action. Next, salicites. That is karst topography. Okay. Fifth one, cliff. That is action of sea waves. Okay. Next, Roman number 3, consider the given statement and choose the right option given below. First one, I-shaped valley is an erosional feature of the river. U-shaped valley is an erosional feature of the glacier. Third one, V-shaped valley is an erosional feature of the glacier. So here option D, only 2 is right answer. Okay. That is, which one is the correct answer? That is U-shaped valley is an erosional feature of glacier. Okay. Next, second, statement 1 and statement 2 are given. Running water is an important agent of gradation. And statement 2, the work of the river depends on the slope of land on which it flows. That is option D, statement 1 and 2 are true. Both the statements are true. Okay. Third one, statement and reason. Limestone regions have less underground water. Reason, water does not percolate through limestone. So which is that the statement and reason are wrong. Both the statement and reasons are wrong. Okay. Next, answer in brief. Do you know the answer? Define weathering. Do you know the answer? Define weathering. Can you say the answer? What is define weathering? Already I marked and given it. Page number 167. Define weathering. Weathering is the breaking, disintegration and decomposition of materials of the earth crust by their exposure to atmosphere. Okay. Define weathering. What's the answer? This is very, very important question. Weathering is the breaking, disintegration and decomposition of materials of the earth's crust by their exposure to atmosphere. Next, second question. What do you mean by biological weathering? What do you mean by biological weathering? That is page number 169. What do you mean by biological weathering? Biological weathering occurs due to the penetration and expansion of plant roots, earthworms, burrowing animals, that is rabbit, rat, etc. and also some human activities. So what do you mean by biological weathering? Biological weathering occurs due to the penetration and expansion. The important point is penetration and expansion of plant roots, earthworms, burrowing animals, and some human activities also. Okay. Third one, mention the three courses of a river with any two landforms associated to each course. That also 169 and 170. Mention the three courses of river. What are the three courses of river? The course of river is divided into three. The upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. Okay. With any two landforms associated to each course. Which are the two landforms associated with each course? That is, it developed typical landform like delta and estuaria. Okay, delta and estuaria. Next one. What are Oxbow Lake? What are Oxbow Lake? That also 171 page number. Meanders in due course of time become almost a complete circle with narrow necks. This in turn gets abundant and forms a lake. This is called an Oxbow Lake. Okay. Meanders in due course of time become almost a complete circle with narrow necks. This in turn gets abundant and forms a lake. This is called an Oxbow Lake. Next, fifth question. How does a sea cave differ from a sea ark? How does a sea cave differ from a sea ark? That also page number 176. How does the sea cave and sea ark? Sea cave, prolonged wave attack on the base of a cliff erode rock materials which result in the formation of caves. Sea ark, when two caves approach one another from either side of a headland and unite, they form an arc. Example, Nile Island, Andaman and Nicobar. Okay. Next, list any four karst topographical areas found in India. List any four karst topographical area found in India. Which are the four karst topographical area? Do you know? That is Guptadam Caves. Where is that Guptadam Caves? That is in West Bihar. Robert Cave and Tabkeshwar Temple. That is in Uttarakhand. Pandava Caves. Pachmari. That is in Madhya Pradesh. Next, Kutumsar Batsar district in Chhattisgarh. Next, Bora Caves of Visakhapatnam. That is in Andhra Pradesh. These are the four karst caves. Next, what do you mean by a hanging valley? What do you mean by hanging valley? That is page number 174. These are valleys eroded by tributary glaciers that hangs over the main valley. What do you mean by a hanging valley? Hanging valley means what? These are valleys eroded by tributary. Tributary means what? Isn't it? Glaciers, and that hangs over a main valley. Okay. Next one, define monarch and drumline and esker. Define monarch, drumline and esker. Moraine, drumline and esker. Moraine, landforms formed by the glacial deposit of valley or continental glaciers are termed as moraine. They are of various shape and size like ground, terminal and lateral moraine, etc. So, define moraine means what? Landforms formed by the glacial deposits of valley or continental glaciers are termed as moraine. They are of various shapes and size like ground, terminal and lateral moraine, etc. Next, define drumline. Drumline. What is another name for drumline? Basket of a topography. Okay. Drumlins are deposit of glacial moraines that resemble giant inverted teaspoons or half-cut eggs. What do you mean by drumline? Or sometimes they may ask question, define basket of egg topography or define drumline. Drumlins are deposits of glacial moraines that resemble giant inverted teaspoons or half-cut eggs. Okay. Next, define esker. Long, narrow ridges composed of boulders, gravel, and sand deposited by streams of melting water which run parallel to a glacier are called esker. Define esker. That is long, narrow ridge composed of boulders, gravel, and sand deposited by streams of melting water which run parallel to a glacier are called esker. Okay. Next. Mention the various features formed by the wind erosion. What are the various features formed by wind erosion? Do you know? Do you know the answer? Or mention the various features formed by wind erosion. Some of the erosional landform winds are mushroom rock, Innsbell, and Yardangs. Okay. Rocks are made up of hard and soft layer. When a rock's bottom is soft, the sand-laden winds blow against it and wear it down. It will fall down. By the constant wearing down action of the wind, the bottom gets eroded away to form a mushroom-like structure. Okay. Mushroom-like structure. This is called a mushroom or pedestal rock. Next, Inselberg. Inselberg is a German term which means an island mountain. Certain hard rocks like igneous rocks are more resistant to wind action. Such isolated residual hills rising abruptly from their surrounding are termed as Inselberg. Yardang. In arid regions, certain rocks have hard and soft layers arranged vertically. When winds blow over these rocks, the soft layers get eroded, leaving irregular crust. These are called yardangs. Okay. Next one. What is a wave cut platform? That is page number 176. What is a wave cut platform? What is a wave cut platform? Flat surface found at the foot of sea cliff are called as wave cut platform. Wave cut platform is also referred as wave cut benches terrace. Okay. Flat surface found on the foot of sea cliff are called as wave cut platforms. Wave cut platforms is also referred as wave cut benches terrace. Okay. Next, give reason and distinguish between also. From the guide I ask you to study, isn't it? So this one, chemical weathering is predominant in hot and humid zone. Give reason. Chemical weathering is predominant in hot and humid zone. Here, first one, chemical weathering predominant in hot and humid zone because heat speeds up chemical weathering. Next, minerals can react with oxygen in the atmosphere of water from rain, even occasional rain in arid zone, to change their chemical composition. Metallic silicate minerals such as iron containing olivine oxides to form hematite, a red colored iron oxide that coat rocks. It is present in desert sand as laterite soil. Okay, with continued heat and moisture, hematite hydrate to form a yellow colored iron oxide limonite. Next again, slit deposit are less at estuary than delta. Here, deltas form at the mouth of large river when sediments and slit are accumulated. As sediment continue to accumulate, the course of the river may even be changed. Estuary is formed when the rivers meet the sea. Deposition of slit by the river is not possible here in the estuaries like delta, as if the waves keep on eroding the deposit. Next, the snow line is at the sea level in polar region. That is, the snow line is an irregular line located along the ground surface where the accumulation of snowfall equal ablation. So they are melting and evaporating. This line varies greatly in altitude and depends on several influences. Where temperature are low or near the poles, the snow line is quite low in elevation. But temperatures are high or as near the equator, the snow line is very high. Therefore, snow line is at the sea level in polar region. Next, wind can possibly erode and rocks form all side. Give reason, that is because of when a rock bottom is soft, the constant weathering down action of the wind, the bottom get eroded away to form a mushroom-like structure. Certain hard rocks like igneous rocks are more resistant to wind action. Isolated residual hills are formed from their surrounding. When wind blow over the hard and soft layers of rocks, the soft layer get eroded, leaving irregular crust. Okay. Next one, last. In limestone region, surface drainage is rarely found. Groundwater percolating through cracks removes the soluble rocks while leaving an enlarged channel for further flow of water. If there is a thick cover of soil above the soluble rock, surface stream may flow above the subterranean cross drainage system. But most commonly, dissolution features occur at the surface. Therefore, there are a few continuous surface streams. Okay. Next, Roman number 6. Distinguish between physical and chemical weathering. Physical weathering and chemical weathering. What do you know about it? It is the breakdown of rock without changing their chemical composition through the action of physical force. Here, chemical weathering, disintegration and decomposition of rocks due to chemical reaction is called chemical weathering. Here, physical weathering, exfoliation, block disintegration, granular disintegration are the different types of weathering. Chemical weathering takes place through the process of oxidation, carbonation, solution and hydration. Next one, distinguish between delta and estuaria. Delta, a triangular shaped low-lying area formed by the river at its mouth is called delta. Example, Kaveri Delta in Tamil Nadu. Estuaria is formed where the river meets the sea. That is river Narmada and Tapti. Next, third one, salicite and staglamite. It is when the water contained dissolved calcites gradually drips from the ceiling of the caves where water vapors evaporate and the remaining calcite hangs from the ceiling. The salicytes are formed. Next, stalagmite, when the calcite deposit rise upward like a pillar, stalagmites are formed. Okay. Next, distinguish between longitudinal and transverse sand dunes. Longitudinal dunes are long, narrow, rigid sand dunes. At the same time, transverse dunes are asymmetrical in shape. Longitudinal dunes, they extend in a direction parallel to the prevailing wind. Here, transverse, they are formed by alternate slow and fast wind. So, longitudinal sand dunes are called seeps in Sahara. The transverse sand dunes, these winds blow from the same direction. Next, distinguish between Inselberg and Yardangs. Inselberg means an island mountain. Yardangs are formed in arid region. It is an isolated residual hills rising abruptly from their surrounding. Yardangs, here certain rocks have hard and soft layers arranged vertically. Example of Inselberg, Uluru or Arias Rock in Australia. Yardangs, when wind blow over these rocks, the soft layers get eroded, leaving irregular crescent called yardangs. Next, last one, distinguish between spit and bar. Distinguish between spit and bar. A spit is a ridge or embankment of sediment attached to the land on one end and terminate in open water on the other end. At the same time, bar means what? A bar is an elongated deposit of sand, shingle or mud formed in the sea, almost parallel to the shoreline. Okay, spit example. Spits are common at the mouth of estuaries. That is, Kakinadu spit. Bar, where a spit grows across a bay, a bar is formed. So, this all today's revision. Thank you, students.